Didn't want to come out with any news before I actually got any concrete evidence that Jaime Munguia was joining Eddie Reynoso and Canelo Alvarez's team. But the information I'm getting in right now is he's going to be training with Eddie Reynoso and Canelo in the future. And that's a big deal because Jaime Munguia is in a point in his career right now where he needs a trainer where he can just be able to stick with and not jump from place to place. He's at a point in his career now. He needs to be able to learn from one guy and not gather up a whole bunch of styles. More of a disciplinarian, somebody who knows the ins and outs and the style that he needs to try to fight at. Robert Garcia is an option that was looked at. He was actually looking at Robert Garcia and Canelo Alvarez's trainer, Eddie Reynoso. He felt like both guys was capable of getting the job done for what he was looking for in a trainer. I will say something about this later on, probably tomorrow. I might do a live in the morning about it. But Canelo Alvarez right now, he opened the door up to train with Munguia as far as in the sparring. He has somebody to spar with that's going to be a, all-time great face of boxing right now, somebody he can learn from. So that was a huge reason why Munguia was looking towards going to the camp with Eddie Reynoso and those guys. But the biggest reason for joining Eddie Reynoso and Team Canelo was that Jaime Munguia lives in San Diego and Canelo and Eddie Reynoso train in San Diego. I think the distance, him being closer to Mexico as well, I think they played a huge part. So they went along with those guys, and that was a good pick. I felt like that was going to be a choice that he could have went with. Bam Rodriguez's trainer, Robert Garcia, who trains Virgil Ortiz Jr. as well, a lot of other fighters. That was a good option. You can't really go wrong with either guy. But in this case, Jaime Munguia can learn as much as he can from Canelo Alvarez, and to be able to spar him and get some tidbits from him. That'll work out a lot with him. But this is a big deal because we now have Ryan Garcia that's over there, Teofimo Lopez that just came over there, and now we have Jaime Munguia that just went over there. That's a lot of talent they got up. They're stacking up over there. And I've been saying for a while, are they going to be in a position where they're going to stack up more talent over the years? I know that Eddie Reynoso was training Jonathan Lopez. He also was training Frank Sanchez. So he has a lot of names that he's already been dealing with. Andrew Ruiz in the past, Oscar Valdez. I don't know what he's going to do in the future. I don't know if he's going to be as active or busy as he has been in the past. So Eddie Reynoso does have a lot of time on his hands where he can maneuver and deal with a lot of people at once. That was a thing that Ryan Garcia was complaining about at one point. He was saying that Eddie Reynoso didn't have enough time to deal with certain guys. But then he's back over there. And Canelo was saying that the work ethic wasn't high enough and he didn't like the work the guys was putting in. And, that's a good thing for a guy to hold certain people accountable. If you want to be at the next level or be at that level Canelo's at, he's trying to tell you, you can get there, but you got to put the work in. And Munguia, this is going to be a good opportunity for him. He's a workhorse. He's a person who wants to learn. He's humble. He was humble when he got the Canelo fight. He's always been humble. I don't think this is going to humble him as much as some people would like it to be. I think him going over and even discussing this fight is a big deal because Oscar De La Hoya was actually recommending that he goes back to Freddie Roach. But for some reason, Munguia just went with the Eddie Reynoso situation. And I thought he looked good with Freddie Roach. If you look at the fights that Munguia had under Freddie Roach, he did an excellent job. The John Ryder fight, Canelo fight, he got dropped, but he got up. The things that Freddie Roach wanted him to do, he was doing well until he got away from it. But this is a big deal. Canelo Alvarez has Jaime Munguia join his camp. Team Canelo, this is definitely something that I kind of expected, but it was a very long shot. But after getting stopped by Bruno and the rematch basically not being an option because, it's kind of hard with Canelo has other options. He has a date coming up, and then Munguia has a rematch he has to go fight, which is going to be on Canelo's undercard. I mean, co-main event or undercard, either or. So it's going to be a very big deal. But I like what they're putting together right now. I really do. I think that Canelo Alvarez is a very good fighter. He does a lot in the sport of boxing. He's helped a lot of these fighters. Ryan Garcia got better when he was over there, but I couldn't really see the growth because he left so fast. Andy Ruiz as well. Couldn't really see the growth. Don't know how much he learned over there with Eddie Reynoso or Derrick James. These guys weren't really hanging around that much. Even with Munguia, with the Eric Morales situation, then you go over there with Freddie Roach. So we don't really know what knowledge guys have gained, but this is going to be something that really could put them past that point where, okay, Munguia could be a top guy again. This will be something maybe. And then you also have Marco Verde, who's over there. So they have a lot of talent that's stacking up on Eddie Reynoso and Canelo's team. So very good move. The thing that played a huge part was the distance and being able to spar with Canelo Alvarez. But that's all I got. Like and subscribe.